push it into 3D, and then view it in 2D.
Hello, everybody. We're trying to really grasp what the five W's and I guess one H are. That being what, who, when, where, why, and how.
What? After looking at this for 2 minutes, that is not a word. W hat?
Oh.
Subatomic, love of logic, bug with phonics, subachronic, glowing brighter with controlling ciphers, unraveling rhyme and traveling time.
Yeah, I think what really may be the bloody center of.
So what is the let me just go down the blender.
Well,
Honestly, I'm sick of this.
I think time and space should just be on the outskirts to see how they relate because they matter in this case.
I mean, where and when are the same question, quite honestly.
Where and when? Okay.
Where in
Time and
time?
space are the same. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah.
All right, wait a second. Why?
Death.
Let's just.
What?
Oh, please, please, just autocorrect that.
Why diff?
The reason, cause, or purpose for which. All right, now does which go in this?
Which? Oh my goodness. Why? The cause, reason, or purpose for which? Purpose for which is which technically what in this case? Or in that case? What used to ask for information about someone, so the
That's
who or
essential meaning.
something.
Worthless.
Something is the what.
So this is using what as, an act of living, not as a stationary thing in time. So identity, nature, value of an object or matter.
Identity. But that's the thing with identity
Yeah,
and nature
I
as a whole in the universe, bruh. It's all literal soup. It is literal cosmic soup. So,
on the only way you describe what is by why something is, how something is, when something is, and where something is.
okay, so
So
what is just a is that the correct word? Facsimile? Facil Thank
facsimile,
you. Of the rest? Fucking Christ.
an exact copy.
Having a fucking stroke.
A system of transmitting and reproducing graphic matter, such as printed. No, it's more like it's an encompass. What or which persons? All right. So who? I meant to do how. Fuck. Yeah. So who is what or which? Which is just like which direction does who go in? I think it goes towards or away from us.
So just who would just normally be used to identify something else? Just elseword? Yeah.
I would be like the way something came to be, the way or manner in which. Yeah. Like how is when just like fucking worthless question. When did this happen? There's like I get at what time?
What time?
At or during the time that while. Incredible. Like, is this like just an English problem? In other languages, do they not really have these kinds of
Oh,
issues?
I know
No, they do.
they do, but they deal with it differently.
It's at a different level, like for each language.
I think Latin had it best because everything is literal in the sense of a metaphorical overview.
And then you have Japanese, which is just cancer.
Mm.
Because fucking one word can mean 50 different things.
Ooh.
depending on how you form the sentence.
Bruh, how many different types of definitions is there for love?
Like, how do we find somewhere that gives me
I
a
literally,
dumber definition?
They literally talked about this on the fucking the Trash Taste podcast.
And what is the is this a this is the word starts with an E, the study of words. Oh,
Ep, ep,
yeah, it's okay. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Is that the problem here? Because or does no one just grasp what?
oh, I don't know how to. I actually don't know how to pronounce it.
What is this? What is this?
How
Example.
do you pronounce this? I want to know.
Do we know what we were trying to achieve? Please don't tell me. Yeah, this is some business nonsense.
Oh, it's etymology.
Etymology.
Okay.
There are a couple good etymology podcasts.
Alex, I think Latin might be the best place to start.
What do you mean start?
Look
We've
up
started
look
already.
up what is what in Latin, or who, or yeah, what are those words
Let's
in
see
Latin?
if there is anything. Id est, which
What do those mean now?
how much, how great, qualis. Oh, really?
This is that.
Wait a second. Actually, just
Starts with an L.
ooh, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I've got to scroll all the way down. English. What is? Isn't Latin strictly relations? Words?
And then isn't that words? Isn't that words? I'm pretty sure that's the base, bruh. If like that's the
Yeah.
deepest we can go.
I know, but what was the? Why move away from Latin?
Yeah. How one language became Latin was so good.
Etruscan,
Latin was
right.
so good. Oh my goodness.
Pull that shit up, Jamie.
I want to figure out how. I want. Oh, you're right. How is it how? What? How does the, ooh, stop using this word.
Oh wait, you're say that
what's the
again.
reason how is
You're
different from one?
you're roboting just a little bit. What did you just say?
I don't want to understand how Latin transitioned. I don't want how it transitioned. I want why it transitioned. Now, what feeling do I have different between the how and the why? Sure, how it transitioned is interesting, I guess.
But it doesn't unveil.
Really
It doesn't.
isn't what sparked
It doesn't unveil reason. It unveils the events over time. I think that's the real problem.
All right, so what is it? How is a ledger? Why is the difference between why and how where the history starts?
Ooh, if that's the case.
Which is why when is the axis between why and how? I mean, really, why is the history before this that caused this to happen, and how is the history after the start,
Yeah.
or whatever you signify as the start? So why is past, how is future?
I think where is just the same as when, to be honest. That's how I feel about it.
In what sense? I'm not doing where this dirty yet. Really, it location has to be more important. Location in what respect? I mean,
As in
is where only about like the variables of like where, as in our universe is physics. I guess a computer
I
engine
feel
is
like
the
where
same
and
as our
when
universe
are
is
the
physics.
same thing. Because, all right, we have to get
But
small
you
for
can
this.
have
We have to
multiple
get
wheres
small.
in a when. You can't have. You can also have multiple whens in a where, can't
Yeah,
you? You have infinite whens in where, and you have infinite wheres
they're
in
the
when.
same. They are the same. Simply because, and to understand this, I think you really need to get small, right? Uh,
Yes.
in terms of when or how fast something is moving will,
Which is a function of the other.
yes. Where something is in space is literally just how fast it is moving relative to something else. And that in turn is the what in time and
I mean,
space.
it's the issue that in four dimensions, where is exclusively the same as when.
Yeah. In time and space. Oh, but if you separate them, obviously that's the difference. Time and space. But intrinsically they're the same thing. Due to their relationship and how we obviously box them. They are the same thing.
What the fuck is who supposed to be? That doesn't belong here, honestly.
But that's the thing. People fucking, that's important
The
to
fuck is
people.
who? Who is just like
I
you.
know it's an individualist
It's
sort
the
of thing.
observer.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not important. Huh? How do you guys feel about the observer not being important?
Sounds pretty true.
It's just the simple what's going on. Yeah, who needs to uh but like some people base everything off of, you, right? Even though that's not what's going on. Hey, you guys know that was it I'm not sure if it was NCIS or like the CIA, one of those TV shows who went, "Who are you?" Who do you guys know which show that is? Uh, No?
I don't remember which show, but I know the song.
Yeah.
Boop, boop. Yeah, I know
Yeah, I really
NCIS.
wanna know.
That's
What's that one with the really loud fucking?
Yeah.
are you talking about the fucking Masked Singer?
What?
Who
I
the
know why you're
fuck
talking
asked you
about
to
it.
What?
talk?
Yeah, like
What?
what? Where? Literally
Wait, I'm
out of left
confused. You're talking
field.
about who
Yeah,
Out
are
of left
you?
field.
I don't know.
The
Most of
fuck?
the time when you're
Everyone,
confused, you ask for clarification or you shut up.
it's not clarification. He was singing
You're right.
"Who
That's
Are
the
You?"
issue. You didn't
He
clarify.
okay, so he was the guy who's
No, 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 no. There is no devil's advocate.
No, no, yeah.
He is wrong.
Let this guy talk. Let him talk. Let him talk. He wants to
I'll
talk.
hang up. You talk. Hey, it's me again. Shut the fuck up.
That's not true. They want to let you on twice in a.
Hey, the trick is I never hung up.
They'd probably just hang up on you. They've done that before. It's always I hate when I'm listening to it. 'Cause my dad always plays it on like the Alexa downstairs. I hate when people get through and like they pick up their call and they're like, "Oh, hey, what's so and so from whatever? How's it going?" And the guy just doesn't pay attention, and it's just like he's not there, or like he's doing something else, and they're like,
Or
"All
they muted the
right," and
phone and are
they
trying to
just
listen to
hang up,
the.
and I'm like, "You
Or
waited this long." And then they
they
finally
muted the
pick
phone and
up.
listened to the radio. That's probably the issue. They don't realize that there's
Oh,
several
I
minute
I
delay.
think I know how who is important. I just had an epiphany. I think what is more important, a person or the ideas they carry?
Yeah, this is beyond the scope of this.
Is it? Because that's the only way
it's
who is
just
important.
that feels entirely unimportant.
That's who. That's literally who. That's the only way I can see who, having importance in terms of what something
How
is.
does that have importance?
Because
What's
because
important, the person or the ideas? It's just beyond
I'm
the
trying to
scope.
bring who into like why the who doesn't yeah. It sucks that
The who is never the who is a function of why, isn't it?
okay, I'll accept
Nah.
that as it being a part of
I
the
mean,
what no matter
but,
when, how, or
humans.
why. It's
It, this isn't like a criminal investigation. The humans are merely a like a variable in this. Same as, a rock sitting in the humans are functionally the same in terms of the
so
scope of this.
so do they belong to the why or the how? Because do you consider them being a factor
Well,
in the
I mean,
story writing or as in
why and how are the same. It's just the only difference between why and how is
to
when you decide to view the issue from. You can only see what as, what led up to, or fuck, describing what is impossible. You have to say what so many times.
okay, the way I feel who okay, the way I feel in a general sense is who is literally the only reason we're having this conversation, even though it's an
Which
aspect
is why it's
of
unimportant, because this is
what?
not a conversation that matters.
I disagree. In the way that
Well, of course you
in the way
disagree.
that who like facilitates why, what, how, where, and when from that who's perspective. It's fucky. So like I'm okay. Actually, I'm okay with throwing who out because of how much it complicates everything in that way.
It's not that it complicates something. It's that it's so it's it's so all-encompassing. It's basically unimportant. It it has its hands in everything, so it really doesn't matter. The only part of who that really matters is the only time who matters is when you care about it, which you shouldn't. Because you see it, you are the who, so why should you care about it?
Seeing as how what
It doesn't
no.
like
In
why,
the way
how
that
all
who is
encompasses.
exactly who is just in the what no matter what.
It's
So you seeing the fact that you care about the what, you don't really need to pay attention to the who because it's
every time you run an instance of thinking about this, it's a new who.
I hate.
So it really doesn't matter. It doesn't, right? It's like it doesn't matter what instance this is.
I agree the where and when don't
Just be
matter.
Well, they only matter as one topic.
Yeah.
They don't matter to be separated.
They
Like who is just what's the point
again are
caring about it?
I'm trying to see how who fits in relation to what, but I guess it's already been said. It's just will always be a part of it in the way
Dude,
that
whoever's phone was
it's
that
It's
was fucking
from
hilarious.
it will
it's
always
who
be
just
taken
like
from an
you
observer
take a little bit
standpoint.
from all of them. It's like an average of all of them
An
almost.
average of all of them. I like that. Okay, yeah, I can vibe with
Is
that.
who the relation between where and why and how?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That does make a lot of sense. So yes.
The way we're talking about this, I finally got it to where there are just shapes in my head, and I'm trying to describe the shapes in my head.
That's why, DMT is a thing because in DMT they have voices too, so they can tell you what it means.
Hmm.
Ugh.
I don't want to hear what they're telling me.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's not enough to be told. You have to fuck around and find out.
But like having to work it out.
Having to work it out is just me moving, fucking around with the shapes I see in my head until something just sort of clicks and I can make words out of what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's all fuck.
Hilarious that ideas and thinking were a thing before words were. Is that the Who? No, that literally doesn't make sense.
I think it
Um,
is the what, why, or just okay, the why, where, when, and how contributing to the what will always create or add to the who, in which you being a product of, said thing being the what, it will always be, separated from simply for who that thing observing the what is. One must always
so,
take a removed
why and
stance.
how are separate functions of when, but who is a function of the relationship between where, how, and why.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know you're seeing your feet 6 nanoseconds in the past.
Fuck. Alright.
Because
Yes, yes.
that's how long it takes for light to
You
travel
know your muscles can
from
move
your
before
fucking
you
feet to
do?
your eyes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fucking
isn't that wicked?
stupid. We literally have programmed fucking actions. We literally do. It's crazy. Yeah.
So, why and how are already set in stone. It just depends on when and where the who is.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's it. I really do. I really do.
All right, so let's. Is this really all who is? Is it just like this thing that you move around between the playing field of what, which has the functions of how, where, when, and why? I can't believe like this is four-dimensional
Yes,
concept in a two-dimensional space
I
we have right
see
now.
like the flow
It's
of
it's a
time and
little
how that thing moves in that space, right? And that being that, but like as it all flows, you can see just things interact with each other. It's fucking that's just the simple to create this who and always move in it. It's a part of it too, but it moves within it too. It's stupid. I hate it. Not really,
oh
but
God, you know how you know how you create a Blender environment and you have the camera? Is that the who? Nah.
I
We
it
have
it
returned.
it might no
Is
no no
who the
no.
way in
Wait, what do you
which
mean by blend? I'm
you
talk in a
Blender, the
I
application.
think the camera would be, or the who would be one of the things you're looking at, but it also has a camera. Uh, Now we're just
Good
reverting
God.
back to, oh God, because it's like, yeah, we're
'Cause you can change the time. You can. The time is a already actualized timeline where how and why are already completely set in stone. You just move around with when.
hmm that was an what you just said before was the where and when are also set in stone because of the who in there seeing the why and how where and when
Uh,
works.
I think.
So it as you said before, you just logicked how it's all set in stone just now, right?
I don't get. I mean, well, with the blender thing, when isn't set in stone because you can go backwards and forwards.
That's the thing. You can
Uh,
only go forwards.
we,
But the thing
yeah,
is, forward always ends up back where it
right.
was.
All right, buddy. If you wanted answers out of me, you've tied my brain up.
As
I need to go piss. Maybe this is what's causing it. Maybe I'm stroking out.
a Shay.
Hmm. Well,
All right, I'm triggered. He said what? I'm shutting down.
Yeah, man. Nah, whatever, man. It's over. It's over.
Uh,
well, I said and then no one responded, so I said what?
I see. Okay. Do you think there's an importance between the before and after, or no?
An importance between the before and
Yes.
after? Uh, does that depend on what happens between the before and after?
So,
Fuck, dude, out.
I don't
so
know
would
if
you?
the when or where matters as much as the what.
He fucking got you. That's pretty true.
So, okay. Remove the idea of there being a present and it just being a time stream, like a flowing river, right?
Hmm.
Does a point in that river before, where you are matter, as much as where you're going to be after that stream of river? What do you feel is more important? In that stream you're just riding in, right?
Oh, fuck.
Probably the after.
I can't wait to go get tipsy and drive.
But
Which one is that? Who or when?
eventually, Shay, what if after is just leads you right back to where you were
But
before?
then if it's a continuation, is there really a before and after?
All right, let's say I'm gonna go uh get drunk and drive. Which part of that is the when? What is the why? What is the how?
All right, how
What
is
is drunk
ingesting
driving?
alcohol and having the cognitive ability to get into a car and start
So,
the
and then
engine?
how is just having drunken alcohol and gotten into a car.
Why?
Why? Why is history? How is looking back at history? Hmm.
Why is always based on how, isn't it?
Oh.
We just thought why?
Isn't how just a recollection of why?
Yes.
What could be the recollection if it hasn't happened
No,
yet?
no, no. You always base, why you do something on what has happened before, obviously. And in terms of, you describing how something happened, it's just the understanding of why you
What do you
did
mean
something.
why has happened before?
Hmm.
Why has happened before. I, that's comes up with a different thing. I do think there are original ideas. It's just recreating the fucking wheel, and in turn, it's all a fucking wheel. It's in that way.
Is recreating something that's already been solved just another why? Can you have multiple whys?
No, because it all simply is.